If you believe passion fades with age, think again. At 65, Robert thought the most intimate days of his marriage were behind him, until one unforgettable night proved him wrong. This is the story of Robert and Sarah. He's 65. She's 60, and their intimacy story will melt your heart. At 65, Robert never imagined he would rediscover a new chapter of intimacy with the woman he had loved for more than 3 decades. His wife, Sarah, now 60, had been his companion through youth, through raising children, through work, and into retirement. Many people think intimacy ends when youth fades, but their love story is proof that passion doesn't vanish. It transforms into something far more powerful. Robert and Sarah's love began in their 20s. Back then, intimacy was spontaneous, fiery, and playful. But as the years passed, responsibilities piled up: careers, bills, children, aging parents. Like many couples, their intimacy shifted to the background. Still, beneath it all, the spark remained. When retirement came and the children left home, Robert and Sarah suddenly found themselves together again in a quiet house. At first, it felt strange. They had spent so many years giving to others that they had to relearn how to give to each other. But slowly, with laughter, vulnerability, and patience, their intimacy came alive again. One anniversary night, Sarah surprised Robert by wearing a simple but elegant dress, the kind she hadn't worn in years. At dinner, they reminisced, laughed about old memories, and when they came home, Sarah leaned her head on Robert's shoulder and asked softly, "Do you ever wonder if people our age are supposed to feel this way?" Robert smiled, squeezed her hand, and replied, "I don't care what anyone says. With you, I feel 20 again." Sarah laughed, brushing her hand against his cheek. "Even after 40 years, you still get nervous when you look at me, don't you?" he whispered. "Every time you smile, I fall in love all over again." That night, their intimacy was not rushed. It was tender, deliberate, filled with gratitude. For Robert, it was no longer about proving passion. It was about cherishing Sarah. For Sarah, it was about feeling seen, loved, and desired, not in spite of her wrinkles, but because of them. Their love wasn't just expressed in the bedroom. It blossomed in the little things. In the evenings, Robert would brush Sarah's silver hair as they talked about the day. On quiet nights, they would dance slowly in the living room, swaying to songs from their youth, holding each other like no one was watching. In winter, they would sit by the fireplace, sipping tea, their feet touching beneath a blanket, sometimes speaking, sometimes just enjoying the silence. On summer nights, they would watch the stars from their porch, Robert wrapping his arm around Sarah's shoulders, whispering, "This is love." Of course, there were challenges. Sarah faced menopause. Robert dealt with physical changes. But instead of avoiding the conversation, they embraced it. They laughed through awkward moments, sought help when needed, and kept reminding each other. That intimacy isn't about perfection. It's about connection. One evening, Sarah admitted she worried Robert might stop finding her attractive. Robert looked into her eyes and said, "You're more beautiful to me now than ever before. Every wrinkle is a story of us. Every change in your body is proof that we've lived this life together. That's real beauty." Their grandchildren once asked what the secret to a long marriage was. Robert said, "Never stop holding hands." Sarah added, "And never stop finding ways to fall in love again." And that's exactly what they did, whether through travel, cooking new meals, or laughing over silly mistakes. They constantly created new reasons to love each other. Now, at 65 and 60, Robert and Sarah often say their love feels richer than ever. It may not be the fast passion of youth, but it is deeper, stronger, and infinitely more tender. They no longer take each other for granted. Every hug lingers. Every kiss feels like a gift. Every laugh is a treasure. Their story is proof that intimacy doesn't have an expiration date. It is not something you lose as you grow older. It's something that matures, blossoms, and becomes even more meaningful with time. Robert and Sarah's intimacy story is not just about romance. It's about endurance, friendship, and love that will melt your heart.